My name is Tim Stewart, and I've been cataloging my collections on itagit.com since October of 2006. I've got 3 collections. Italian objet d'art that I've collected on different trips to Italy, souvenirs, small handicrafts. I've got a collection of Amy Grant memorabilia, concert backstage passes, a couple of autographed items. But my pride and joy is my collection of University of Chicago Press style manuals. A style book is a list of rules regarding capitalization, punctuation, spelling, abbreviation, typography, formatting, layout, footnotes, anything writers, authors, printers, and publishers might need to know. I go through these phases where I'll obsessively collect a particular author. In college, I began collecting all the works by the Italian semiotician, philosopher, novelist, Umberto Eco, professor at the University of Bologna. He writes books about how to interpret literature and about signs and symbols. I had almost all 21 books that he had published at that time in English. He writes in Italian. After I got all the English books, I started collecting them in Italian. But the overseas air freight charges were killing me. I only got about 3 of his books in Italian before I ended up just giving up. I couldn't afford it. After Eco, I began collecting Jorge Luis Borges, the Argentinian short story writer and poet, and I had all his short stories and poems and essays in English. I thought about collecting them in Spanish, but after the Umberto Eco debacle, I thought probably it's best not to even try. After Borges came Ezra Pound. Ezra Pound was hard because he would go back and revise his earlier works, poems, books, he'd update them, and so I would try to get both versions. So there was Eco, Borges, Pound. I don't know why I wasn't into women writers, as in collecting their books. The Chicago Manual of Style was first printed in 1906, and it was updated every few years. The last few editions have focused on the internet. The Chicago Manual of Style is hard to collect because it's not really a collectible. You don't find a lot of people going after these books, so booksellers and online vendors aren't really selling them. They don't realize there's a market for it. I'm one of the few people in that market. So I have to go to a lot of used bookstores, scanning shelves. When I go out of town to visit family, it's basically an opportunity for me to search through used bookstores I haven't seen yet. When I went up to Dallas-Fort Worth last month for Thanksgiving, I was able to, between the family get-togethers, visit 11 used bookstores while I was up there. I didn't find any Chicago Manuals of Style, unfortunately. I picked up some other pretty good deals. I got some really cheap H.L. Mencken, which hopefully I won't start collecting him because he wrote a lot. I've spent, since college, probably about $3,000 on these different obsessions. Boy, it sure is fun.